Today, we're bringing you the ultimate data-backed guide to absolutely conquering solid mechanics for GATE 2026. We've actually gone in and compiled the previous year question trends directly from the 2022 to 2025 archives, cross-checked them against official answer keys, and completely broken down exactly what you need to know. So get ready, because we are going to set a highly focused, totally empowering battle plan for your prep right now.
So what is the real secret to passing GATE 2026? Look, I completely get the anxiety that hits when you look at that massive syllabus. You're probably wondering if you're even studying the right things, or just, wasting time staring at textbooks until your eyes cross. And honestly, those feelings are totally valid. But here's the thing. The secret isn't just working harder. It's about uncovering the hidden exam strategy buried inside the data itself. Once you actually know exactly what the examiners are testing, that overwhelming anxiety, it turns into absolute confidence.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap to get you there. 1. The syllabus trap. 2. High-yield topic breakdown. 3. The format is shifting. And finally, 4. Your 2026 study plan.
Section 1. The syllabus trap, why typical preparation fails.
Now, this is the very first major hurdle students face when they pull up the official exam documentation from IIT Guwahati. You look at it and you think you're reading a blueprint, right? But honestly, it's a total mirage. The official syllabus for solid mechanics is just this single dense paragraph. It lists things super broadly, stress-strain relationships, uniform torsion, column buckling. But look at the actual reality of the previous year question archives. That one vague paragraph, it's actually split into about 12 highly specific topics in the real question banks. Things like simple stresses, complex stress, thin cylinder, deflection of beams, and columns and struts. This massive mismatch is exactly where most students get completely lost during their revision.
I literally cannot emphasize this tactical pivot enough. If you're preparing for GATE CE, you absolutely must search PYQ banks using those finer tags, like complex stress or torsion, rather than just typing in solid mechanics. A plain search is a massive error. You'll end up missing the actual hidden traps just waiting for you on exam day.
Moving on to Section 2, High-Yield Topic Breakdown, what the exam actually tests.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is, let's pivot from the problem to the solution using some hard data from the 2022 to 2025 archives. We want to see what the examiners actually care about, right? So over the last 4 years of GATE CE exams, how many years do you think the absolute highest yield topics showed up? Exactly, 4. 4 out of 4.
And that topic is complex stress in Moore's circle. Guys, this is the undisputed king of the solid mechanics section. It has been tested in some form every single year in our 4-year snapshot. We're talking about questions where you have to find principal stress plane orientations, calculate the maximum compressive stress on any plane, or match plane stress states to their correct Morse circles. For instance, back in 2022, they asked for the angle between the major principal stress plane and the horizontal for an unequal biaxial stress state. You simply cannot walk into that exam hall without mastering this. No way.
And hey, look, there's that magic number 4 again. This highlights another massive foundational pillar that you just can't ignore.
That pillar is deflection of beams. It's our second perennial topic, also tested 4 out of 4 years. It literally never misses a year. This section heavily features 2-mark numerical answer type or NAT questions, and they demand numerical solutions using double integration, conjugate beam, or energy methods. Just to give you an idea of the rigor here, in 2025, students were asked to find the second derivative of the deflection curve at mid-span and then express the curvature as a multiple of the applied moment over EI. It's serious stuff.
All right, let's bring up one final vital metric to round out these core high-yield topics before we talk about format shifts. 3 out of 4.
That metric belongs to torsion of shafts and thin sections. Tested 3 out of 4 years, this topic primarily focuses on rotation, torsional rigidity, support torquing ratios in multi-segment shafts, and shear center reasoning. To kind of ground this theory in a real-world exam scenario, let's look at 2024. They gave a 2-segment shaft, fixed at both ends, with a torque applied at an interior point. The question demanded you find the ratio of their lengths based on the ratio of the 2 segments' polar moments of inertia. Real heavy-hitting engineering application.
Okay, Section 3. The format is shifting. Evolving questions for 2026. So I need to warn you right now, knowing what to study, that's really only half the battle. Knowing how the exam format is aggressively changing right now is what's actually going to keep you alive. The GATE committee loves to keep us on our toes. Just look at this timeline, and this brilliantly illustrates the shift. In 2022, they leaned on classic, single-concept MCQs and moving load numericals. But by 2023, they started stacking dense 2-mark NAT items onto stress transformation and shaft torsion within the very same paper. Then, in 2024, matching type items appeared. And by 2025, they were throwing in highly complex, multi-statement true-false items right alongside the heavy numericals. Basically, the days of simple, one-and-done questions are officially over. But amidst all that chaos, there is one absolute certainty. Complex stress and deflection of beams are the two topics NO year skips. Regardless of whatever crazy format they throw at you, your foundational points live right here. Lock them down. Finally, Section 4, your 2026 study plan, the 5-step action plan.
Okay, we've seen the syllabus trap, we've broken down the actual data, and we've tracked the shifting formats. Now, it's time to turn those insights into a concrete battle plan. Here are your 5 exact sequenceable actions. Number 1, master Morse circle by hand first. Since so many 2-mark items are matching or NAT questions built directly on it, being able to do a fast, accurate manual construction pays off immediately. Number 2, drill double integration and conjugate beams side by side. Gate constantly alternates which method is faster, so practice recognizing which one to use on the fly. Number 3, build a dedicated torsion formula sheet on a single page. Number 4, practice statement-based true-false and matching items. Doing this directly counters the recent exam trends we saw from 2023 onward. And finally, number 5, please don't neglect columns and struts. It's the lightest cluster, sure, but Euler buckling, especially thermally triggered buckling, recurs almost every single year.
Now, so the crucial point is, while this data is incredibly powerful, you've got to use it responsibly. Just a few quick study notes and caveats. This analysis covers GATE CE 2022 to 2025 data across 5 high-yield subtopics. Please keep in mind that not every subtopic under the solid mechanics syllabus is included here. Stuff like simple stresses, pure bending, centroid, and strain energy were outside the scope of the specific high-yield snapshot. Also, always check the official IIT Guwahati portal directly and verify exact question wording against their official answer keys before you finalize your question bank. So the blueprint is right in front of you. You know the exact tags to search for, the high-yield topics to prioritize, and the shifting formats to anticipate. The data has completely cleared the fog, leaving you with a direct path forward. So what does this all mean? The only question left is, how will you build your GATE 2026 success? Take this strategy, hit the books, and go conquer that